So the Spanda teachings, and there's actually a whole school within the tantric tradition called the Spanda school, and it's based on the underlying principle that everything is vibration. So everything is in a constant state of expansion and contraction. There are atoms that are pulsing everywhere all of the time, night and day, inhale and exhale, the beat of your heart, the widening of the membranes of your cells before they condense again, the movement of your diaphragms, the movement of your blood, the tides, the waves of life, the movement of thoughts. Everything is in this state of either in the expansion or in the contraction. And it's really reassuring when we're in the contraction to remember the expansion will come. When we're in the concealment, the revelation will follow. And no matter how many times we hear that teaching, it's always, we forget, which is the concealment, right? And then we remember, oh yeah, then the expansion will come. And it will also come throughout the day. And of course, the practice is helping us to widen the space inside and the space between so that we can find more of that expansion, particularly when we're in really challenging situations, times, relationships, whatever's going on in your life, to be able to find more of the space so you can wrap that around the contraction, the discomfort, the difficulty, and that helps us to find that abiding peace that is always there beneath the noise. So we're going to play with that. So I have 2 bricks and a bolster. You might have a couple of books and a cushion, whatever you need. If you have tight hamstrings, and just take a moment to find that, and I'll meet you laying down on our backs. So supported bridge is an option. I actually love to put a soft Pilates ball on the back of my head. So if you have one, I highly recommend. And then come to lie down and just give yourself a moment to drop down and back. Softening your eyes, the backs of your eyes, the membranes of your eyelids, softening all around the contours of your cheekbones, of your brow. And slipping inside the emptiness in your mouth as you soften the edges, noticing the space in your mouth, held inside the cavern of your cheeks, your throat, releasing your jaw, releasing your weight. And if you haven't already, you might slide the pillow under your pelvis, or you can also bring your feet onto a bolster. There might be a sigh and an exhale, just as you give space and time for bones to soften, settle, find earth. And really in these opening moments, we're not really doing anything, we're just allowing. We're just allowing. And there might be some movements that begin to stir. Or you might like to just start deepening your breath, lengthening your inhales and your exhales. I can feel that my knees are already starting to sway and circulate. And you can keep your arms heavy to the earth, or you might bring the palms of your hands to either side of your rib cage. Breathing out to the sides, so you start to find the boundary of body, widening your container from the inside. this sacred vessel of body. Just one more breath to the sides. Keep releasing any tension, any contraction in your face. And then drawing your knees into your belly. And some of you might like to extend your legs to the sky. Some of you will want to have your thighs heavy to your belly. You could even hook your elbows around the outsides of your knees so that you get a greater sense of your container, the edges of you. Breathe into the edges of you. Start to breathe into the back of your lungs. And let everything pour heavy into back body, knowing that you have 70% of your lung tissue is in the back of your lung lobes. And just having this time to find ground, to find containment, to really sense into the point of contact, place where you are in relationship. Remembering yoga is a practice of relationship. Letting any movement that wants to happen here happen. If you are circling your knees or your thighs want to come a little wider. Breathing into the back of your pelvis now, into your sacrum, into your tail. And then just coming to stillness, however you want to be. And just rolling the back of your skull against the ground so you pour the weight of your brain. Softening and liquefying those contractions of consciousness that we call thought. Those more condensed patterns of energy that we call thought. And just liquefying the folds of your brain. You might imagine that there's a warm golden oil pouring through the folds of your brain. And as your brain pours to one side and then the other, the weight of the tissue is being held by the cerebrospinal fluid. And you might sense the fluids and the tissues pouring from side to side and just being with that for a few more rolls, a few more rounds of pouring, pouring, pouring. And next time your head turns to the right, let your knees fall to the left. Just take a gentle twist. Let your legs be heavy to the earth, heavy to the earth, heavy to the earth. Finding the boundary of outer legs and outer arms. Breathe into that. Exhale back through center. Take an inhale onto your back, into your back, and then over to the right, head to the left, legs to the right. Oh, yeah. Taking for the responsiveness of awareness to open and widen. And then rolling all the way over to the side that you're on. Finding your way up. And coming into a little ball, so seated and hugging your thighs to your belly. Wrap your forearms around your shins, and maybe you want to press arms and legs into each other and start to open the tissues of your back body. Breathe into the back of the heart.
Maybe you're more interested in really pulling in, so just be here for a few pulses and see how you want to be contained. What does it feel like to be contained? And then as you release, lower your knees to the sides, arms to the sides, soles of the feet together, and just be in the expansion. Sensing into the widening of awareness, and you might imagine that you're expanding awareness all the way into your hands, beyond the edges of your body, and you can pulse between these two shapes on your own breath. You can linger inside the shape if you want to sense and feel a bit more, or you can pulse open on a one movement per breath pattern if you're wanting to move the energy out more. Calling in Ujjayi. Finding your way to all fours and seeing how the energy wants to ripple through the shape. Expanding this sacred vessel of body from the inside with your breath. Finding the edges of you by expanding from the inside. And then finding your way to downward facing dog. And as you breathe into the whole container. You might explore bringing hands and feet the width of the mat, finding a greater sense of steadiness and support. Press your hands forwards and away as you reach sit bones back and wide. You might sway your hips. And we're going to slip into the familiarity of structure of Surya Namaskar. But if that's not your familiar pattern, and you're someone that likes to wriggle and spiral in all fours to begin with, or really linger in a back bend when we get there, then you do what is supportive and helps to give you a sense of containment. The next time you exhale, step, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift, bring your hands to your shins and press your shins into your hands. Exhale, bring your hands to the tops of your feet, press down. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the outer shins, press into your hand. Exhale, fold hands to the tops of your feet, press down. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the fronts of your shins, press your shins into your hands. Exhale, empty all the way out and then roll up one vertebra at a time. You inhale, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, hands down through prayer and press your palms into each other. So this sense of strength, support, lift your toes. Feel the engagement of muscles as they hug to your bones. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, deep bow, hinge at your hips, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen at the crown, reach to the space. And then exhale, step to plank. And take a moment to gather in here. Magnetize forearms, inner ankles, inner thighs. Look forwards and either lower your knees or in one straight line, come all the way down. Inhale, lift through the crown of your head. Press down through the tops of your feet. Exhale to child's or down dog. Take 3 to 5 breaths. We're building the container so that we can hold the vastness of your being, so that your being can expand into the edges and beyond. Breathing the silence in, breathing the space in. And the next time you exhale, step or walk or maybe jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, shins into hands. Exhale, fold and come all the way up on an inhale. And exhale, dive all the way back down. And now moving on your own breath, halfway lift. And jump to chaturanga or step to plank. And move at your own pace. Couple of breaths in down dog. Next time you exhale, step forwards, take a half lift. Empty out. And rise up. And take another round on your own. Lingering where you want to linger. Finding the press of earth into your hands. Extending out from that support. We'll meet in down dog. And inhale your right leg to the sky. Step your foot between your hands, lower your back knee, low lunge. Hug your legs together and inhale your arms out to the sides, close down your eyes. Time for the energy to expand out to your fingertips and beyond. Letting awareness bloom out beyond your body. And then step forward, standing forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, empty out. Press through your feet, inhale to rise. Exhale, sweep your arms wide and down. Inhale, sweep them high, take a few like this. Creating this expansion of energy all around your body. Letting awareness widen out, so the movement is happening inside this infinite field of spaciousness, which is your awareness, also known as the ground of being. Everything is happening inside of that space. Next time you exhale, swan dive down and softly touch the earth. Half lift and lengthen and really feel the space that you're moving through, either down dog or vinyasa as you wish. Sense the space that you're breathing into your body. Expanding your container in all directions, breathing into the back and the sides and the soles of your feet. Next time you inhale, sweep your left leg to the sky. Low lunge, second side. Lower your back knee and inhale, float your arms out high into the side. Hug your legs together and really expand and allow your awareness to plume out. And then step forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, expand into the space. Take a few rounds like that, arms sweep high into the sky on an inhale. And exhale, create that sphere of spaciousness around you. Really softening your jaw and your inner eye. And then softly open your eyes. Pull your weight into your right foot and draw your left knee into your chest. Turn your palms up and really soften your fingers. Make sure you spread your toes and then breathe all the way to the edges of your body. Exhale, warrior three.
Inhale when you get there. And then exhale, draw your knee to your chest. Maybe you round in. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, warrior three. Take a breath. Expand out through fingers, through toes. Slow step back, warrior one. Ground your back foot. Hook your thumbs together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, Parsvakonasana, right forearm to right thigh. Sweep your top arm over. Close down your eyes. Find the edges, the edge of your back foot, all of the edges of your front foot. Lift out of your left hip. Reach through your fingers, expand into the whole shape. Straighten your front leg, Trikonasana, triangle. Press the palm of your right hand into your front shin and your shin into your hand. Prepare for half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Look forwards, glide through space. Lift your back leg and really reach through the mound of your big toe. Stay soft through your eyes and your fingers. And then lower left foot next to right. Inhale, halfway lift from a standing forward fold. Exhale, bow and empty. Roll up through your spine on an inhale. And exhale all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift. And either jump to chaturanga, step to plank, or downward facing dog. Breathe. Soften any tension that you've gathered. You might bring your hands and feet wide in down dog to create a wider container. And then really allow awareness to circulate through the back of your neck, back of your skull, breathing into the back of your lungs. Whole body breathing, all of your membranes and the space inside your membranes, expanding, spreading, opening, and then gently condensing back towards the dark center of the nucleus. 2 more breaths to really feel that full body breath, that cellular breath. And the next time you exhale, step, walk, or jump your feet to your hands, halfway lift, and bow, empty out. Rise up through the space. Let your arms float out to the sides. Release your arms alongside your body. Softly open your eyes. Scoop the space, so lift your palms to the sky. Be aware of the sensations in your hands. Pour your weight into your left foot. Draw your right knee into your chest, spread your toes. Inhale, open out to warrior three. Exhale, knee to chest. Maybe you round in. Inhale to open out. Exhale, round in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, expand. Take a breath and get wider, bigger, longer, fuller. Slow step back, warrior one. Hook your thumbs, reach your hands high, get bigger here. Exhale, warrior two. Heel toe your back foot longer. And then reverse. Sweep your left arm up and back. Left forearm to left thigh. Sweep your right arm forwards. Find that long line from the outside edge of your back foot to your fingertips. Close down your eyes. Find the edges. Expand the whole of your container in all directions with your breath. Softening your eyes and your mind. Softening your eyes and your mind. Straighten your front leg, Trikonasana. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Maybe your right hand comes to your hip. Maybe you heel toe your back foot in first. Then slide your left fingertips forwards, far enough away from your left foot to balance. Find that equal balance between the lifted leg and the hand that touches the earth. Maybe finding some rotation through your left shoulder. Soften your eyes. Reach through the mound of your big toe. Lower right foot next to left. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, breathe more space in. And exhale, fold and just stay down, stay heavy. Release any tension in your arms and your neck and your mind. Maybe you bring your feet a little wider. Soften your knees. Maybe you're taking hold of your elbows or just letting all of the tension pour out of the tips of your fingers. Swaying. And imagining that golden oil, that liquid light is pouring through the folds of your brain, softening all the tightness and the tension, letting all those thoughts dissolve and disperse. So there's just movement and sensation and breath. Enjoying the weightiness of brain held in the cradling of the waters. There's warm waters all around your brain. Let your eyes soften into that too. And then turn your toes out, heels in, lower your hips. Maybe you come onto a bolster. Malasana. Hands can stay on the ground or in prayer and breathe. Where your hands are meeting, whatever they're meeting, let them soften so that you start to listen through your hands. And as your hands soften into each other or into the earth, let that river along your arms and into your neck so that there is this permission for everything to be soft. Presence is soft and receptive. It's not trying. It's just an opening. Awareness is effortlessly holding everything. It's not trying, it's not grasping, it's not forcing. And then coming down to a seat. And choosing here, you might want to just slip into a seated meditation from here, maybe a simple twist on each side. Or if you're longing for more expansion, you might lie down and take a bridge, a full wheel, or a supported bridge. You haven't done much twisting, but your spine is warm enough. Whatever you choose, giving yourself time and space to be inside your experience. If you're in a supported bridge, you might extend your legs long along the floor. If you want to open up the hip flexors more, so maybe you want to bring your hands to your pelvis and breathe there. If you feel like there's some
stagnation, or you just find yourself intuitively going there and breathing into pelvis, into legs. Some of you might feel like you want to extend your legs to the sky and just really feel all of the weight pouring down into the earth, and let yourself be heavy into back body and just release, release, release anything you've been holding, imagining that it's dispersing into the earth, into the ground, seeping down through the layers. And if you've chosen to do a back bend, just make sure that you do a twist afterwards. You could also go into a plow or shoulder stand. I'm just letting my thighs fall heavy to my belly. Keep releasing any tension in your brow and your eyes and your jaw. Letting go of any control of breath. Having a sense of your container, and perhaps also you can taste the vastness, the wideness, the openness of your spirit, of awareness, and the depth, the depth, the depth of your soul. Eventually finding a place to really rest into the meditation, whether lying down or seated. Letting everything soften into the space inside. Soften into the space inside. Let yourself be held there.